Good morning, Libra. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Libra, this is going to be your August 2024 reading. This will be for your sun, your moon, and your rising. Cross watcher, if that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Always discern the messages accordingly. I want to say quickly, thank you to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed, commented. Those of you who have booked personal reads and those who have donated to the channel, thank you also very much for all your love and support. Personal reads are open. They are limited this upcoming week, but feel free to reach out. We can always go from there, right? So, Libra, the one thing I got to thinking about that kind of came in was maybe asking for certain things, but also looking for something and not being able to locate it till last minute. Like, there's something going on with that. So I don't know. It could be in regards to paperwork or information or something like that, but this is also Mercury retrograde. It starts tomorrow, so communication and all that kind of stuff. Like, of course, there's going to be delays and lapses in things is what I'm hearing. Spirit just said you may think you're free and clear, and then that 11th hour, like something that you think may pass you by could come in. This could be, again, it feels like news or information of some sort. It will be, Spirit is saying, appropriately timed. So there's something here very much, Libra, around the timing of situations, information coming in. I don't know why I feel like maybe all of the signs, and again, I haven't really dug into the astrology lately, you may be affected the most by Mercury retrograde, or at least in the top, Spirit saying top 3. So I don't know what that's about, but we're going to see here. So Libra, what's going on, Spirit, for Libra, August 2024? What does Libra need to know? Spirit is also saying stalemate. So, you know, you could have opposing views to somebody else or something. Spirit is using the word strife. It just feels like there's some kind of conflictual energy. And as I say that, chaos and individuality pops out of the deck. Yeah. Spirit just said, feeling like you're standing on an island all by yourself feels like the most isolating thing to you. You could be losing support of something around you. So this could be the way Spirit is bringing this in. There could be groups of people around you. There could be someone, maybe a family member, a spouse, a child, friends. There's some kind of dynamic here where you may feel like you're losing the support of people who you thought were supportive of you. Spirit just said they've heard too much. Libra, this could be also somebody that you're dealing with, right? So I always feel like for you guys, the videos for Libra and the messages that I get are often a mix of both, for you specifically, and then for the cross watcher. Like, it's almost like you reflect energy back and someone is also reflecting on you, right? So it's like that mirroring. But Libra, I feel like with you guys being in the South Node right now, Spirit is calling it trials and tribulations. Like, it's meant to teach you something so that you don't repeat things, right? We don't want to repeat shitty cycles. But this is also Spirit saying, knowing that something has to change. So there's something about the dynamic that is really beginning to shift here. I do feel like there's some sort of protection too for you guys, that this could also be a defensive energy. So there we go, the Lust card. That's the same thing in this deck as the Devil. These are constraints. These are restrictions. Spirit has said it now like 3 times over. Time is of the essence on some things. Like, the time, it's almost like I can see a watch, a clock, and you know how like they tick, right? If you've got a clock hanging on the wall, if people even have those anymore, I just keep hearing tick, 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 tick. So I feel like the timing is almost up on something. I do, Libra. I feel like there's that 3, that's that group. I keep hearing group effort. And then that 6 is, you know, maybe something returning from the past, or I feel like more so the attachment to the past, of what needs to change. There's a difference in goals, ideas, and opinions, Spirit is saying. What else for Libra in August 2024? Wishing. You know, that's the thing. In this wishing card, she's longing for something. She's longing for, you know, again, maybe hopes, aspirations, dreams, something to come to a head here for her. That's a 10. Choices is also a 10. So 19 and 46 could be important. Number 47 could be important to you. As I say that, there's that choice, right, with that wishing. I forget what sign it was that I read for the other day. Might have been last week. But I talked about wishing that we could make some changes to something or around something. And then what we have here is conclusion. The end and the beginning of something new is what is underlining that energy here, Libra. I feel like, let's just say you got something started, it may come to an abrupt end. I got the chills. Ooh, gosh, the whole way down my body. Libra, there's been some kind of lesson, I think, here in the past 3 years, Spirit is saying, that you were supposed to have learned. And I do think that you've acquired some knowledge about whatever this is. For all of you, it will be different, right? I'm going to pause for 1 second and just say, like, I know that the video was kind of foggy looking. The lighting's not the best, but it's about the message, not me, right? So it doesn't matter. But anyhow, you may have started a new chapter. There's something in it that has not, it's not reached a conclusion in itself. Like, it's almost like an open-ended situation that you've only gotten so far in. So whether this is investment, right? Like you say, it's your money in something, right? And you've just never finished something up. Spirit saying needing to take the next steps on something as well. This is also, it's like having your hand in too many places. It's opening up all of these various things and not knowing what's coming at the end of it all. My problem with it is, it's like 3 parts, Libra. I almost said Taurus. You might be dealing with a Taurus. 3 parts of something that, like, one thing, a book is half written, like the information, the events of a particular situation, it's getting there halfway and then just this pause, right? Then this other thing, it gets stopped before it even gets started. The third thing is starting, and it's like you get to rewrite the way you move forward. Something here, though, Libra, I think on a couple of different levels has to close out before you can move on. So I would really take time to examine what it is in your life that is kind of open-ended, that is lingering, that is still holding on to energy, or you're holding on to that energy that is maybe a little bit of even obsessive, right? Libra, Spirit just brought this to my attention, and I mean this in the most loving way. Libras can hold a fucking grudge. Are you holding on to a grudge in a couple of different areas? And this may be part of those 3 things. Are you holding on to some kind of anger, hurt, resentment? And it doesn't mean that you're, you know, I hate to say a bad person. Like, that sounds so weird. Or that there's something wrong with you, or however you may take that. Like, don't take it personally, right? This is a learning experience. So it's like, don't be super hard on yourself, but just acknowledge that there are things that have to be let go of, right? Like, we as humans, like, we swing from branch to branch. I always kind of attribute us to monkeys, in the sense that when they swing from branch to branch, they reach out for the next branch before they'll necessarily let go of the last branch. It's because they want to feel the security that they've got a grip on something before they can move on. And I feel like, Libra, that's a little bit of what's going on here, is needing to hang on to things on all these different levels. And I think the bigger issue for you throughout this month of August is realizing you can't have your hands in so many things and be focused on what you need to be focused on, right? It's like, it could be like prioritizing, going, what is the most important thing to me? Because your energy is very scattered. So you have to pick a direction and stick with that direction. If you're dealing with multiple issues, you can't dedicate yourself to one thing. And I do think that that's going to cause a bigger frayed energy when it comes to dealing with people, partnerships, maybe your work, your kids, your family, your job, whatever it is. It's got too much shit happening here for you to focus on one thing, and it's going to eventually cause major disruptions. And you may even begin to start to feel August 15th is a time marker they're giving me, 15th to the 19th, that feeling of that frayedness of all of these things going on in your life in these various avenues starts to really hit you in the gut. Some of you could be experiencing panic attacks, sleepless nights, nervousness, this could be, like, I just see somebody's legs bouncing, like nervous energy, like tick, 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 too, same thing, right? That you just can't sit still, constant mental thoughts and going, like, I just wish that certain things were different. But I'm also going to say to you, Libra, I feel like somebody is leaning on you or into you, hoping that you make a different choice. So whatever that means for you, I don't know. But I do feel like somebody is leaning into hoping that you let go of something. But it's like they're asking you for, I don't know what I want to call it. Not grace, but they want to hear positive things. Okay, so maybe if you've been in a negative mindset or feeling that way throughout August, they just want to hear positive words of wisdom that something is going to be different. And as much as you're looking at that side of it, you're still leaning into something from before that's holding a negative impact on you energy-wise. King of Cups, King of Wands. One feels, one does. And I do think that you're dealing with somebody who is a feeler. And you may just be trying to rule certain avenues. I also feel like for some of you, you may be getting separate advice from others. That King of Cups, like Libra, that King of Cups and that King of Wands doesn't quite feel like you in another level of this reading, in a separate message, that you could be dealing with a King of Cups, and you could be dealing with, Spirit is saying, a shadow attribute of the King of Wands who's in your ear, asking you to do things that are lacking integrity, or advising you to do things that lack integrity. But I feel like somebody has patiently waited for you to do it differently. You could be dealing with a fire sign or a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then Aquarius, or not Aquarius, maybe you are dealing with an Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sag. There we go. My brain lapsed there for a second. When it comes, Libra, I feel like you've got great love for something, and I think you're trying to start some things new. Some of you could be expecting children. Let's see. The arrival of children. Spirit just said, what is this chaos and individuality for Libra, please, Spirit? What is this chaos about? King of Pentacles, the Tower, the Six of Swords. The Emperor. You may feel 4 and 6 reflecting energies here. You may feel like one part of this is somebody's getting away with something, somebody else around you, or Libra, this could be you. Again, that protective energy. Somebody or something is standing out from the norm here. That it in itself, it's causing a disruption to the stability, security. Libra, there's so many messages coming in. Somebody else could be protecting themselves. So whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, okay, we're going to take that, is trying maybe to protect children. I heard trying to believe this is a happy home. So whatever this is, this could be a falsified sense of security as well with that King of Pentacles and the Tower. But that Tower is bringing in massive disruption, and I do feel like this is fueled by somebody else who is, again, could be you, right? Who is acting in integrity. The structure, the Hierophant there, this is a leader. This can be spiritual. This could be a higher ranking authority. Cancer, the Chariot, Cancer season as well with that. And you've got Aries and Taurus here, and you've got Scorpio. This is opposing polarities. This is trying to bring something together for a successful conclusion and outcome. Libra, I feel like you're caught in the balance of this. Like there may be all these things going on around you and you're trying to move forward. And this, again, two ways here. One, this, for some of you, this could be pushing you forward, whether you want to or not. For others of you, Libra, this is someone else jumping in the driver's seat, you know, and making you have, again, it's like making you have to move forward. Let me step back for a second here. Making you have to move forward in some way without you really maybe being on board with that. Separate of that, this could be you going, I know that I need to make this move in whatever this is. You got the King and Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, but you're being offered some kind of new beginning when it comes to security, stability. It's like you've got the potential to make the appropriate changes, and you may have to give up something in order to get something else. So this is like, you know, I think about like political stuff, right? When they try to pass bills, like they may say it's one thing, but if you ever go back and you look at all of it, you have to give something in order to get something, right? Like it's like, yeah, we'll sign this off, but you've got to do all these little things that are really like they have nothing to do with the original thing, but it has to be done, right? So you may be having to give to a Queen of Pentacles, or maybe that Queen of Pentacles is giving to you, I'm not sure. It's going to be, again, different for all of you. But where somebody has been in lack, it's got to be balanced out. So there's something happening here around that. What is this Chariot for Libra? Two of Swords. Again, it's conflicting ideas, right? I said it, and then someone just getting frustrated with dealing with past situations. Like you're going from the 6 to the 8 to the 9 of Cups to the Queen of Cups. I mean, there's a lot of emotional shit around this, and I do feel like that 9 of Cups to me in this deck anyhow, extremely stubborn. His ass isn't moving. He'll sit there all day on what he believes. In my opinion, the way I feel about it is he will, you know, those crossed arms. We talk about body language. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who crosses their arms all the time. Maybe they're like, this is the way that it's going to be, and this is the way I'm showing up, come hell or high water. They're complacent, they're content sitting where they are. So, you know, you may be dealing with those opposing views of some stubborn energy. You could be dealing with a fixed sign who is extremely stubborn, right? They're not going to budge because they're trying to nurture something here. Libra, I feel like you're dealing with a lot of feminine energy around you right now. And I feel like for some of you, you're getting masculine advice that may not be the best. So there you go. All right, what is this wishing and choices? There's a lot of choices here with that Two of Swords, the choice card, and then that conclusion, and then the Tower. What do you do next, right? So there's a lot around, and even with the Chariot, those Sphinxes, you know, they're black and white. It's like right or wrong, moral or unmoral, ethical, unethical, to go this way, to go that way, left or right, right? So I do think that things are going to start to quickly move, especially around the time of October. I don't know if it was you guys that I did a reading for or somebody else. You could feel like the thing about this is, Libra, that you may be the one who is kind of stuck in your ways on something or being headstrong about something. But what I don't think you see coming, I think you think that this is going to make you happy. What you're not seeing is that once certain things are reprioritized and other things are let go of, it's going to alleviate a lot of stress. I feel like you guys are holding on to stressors that you don't need. right? I could compare you all to Scorpio in the sense that Scorpio can feel so overwhelmed and procrastinate. They just won't do anything. They'll just sit and rack their brain. And it's kind of giving me a little bit of the same vibe. But for you, you're stuck in your conviction, right? There's that justice card. That is you, Libra, going, this is what I think is fair and balanced, and this is what I'm going to do. But is it to your detriment, or is it to a positive change for everybody involved? Again, Six of Pentacles showing itself up with the Lovers, the choices. The choices, like, it's going to have to be fair and balanced out. For some of you, I also see like a family dynamic of 3. Some of you may have a baby's mom, baby dad, who you are being required to give to for the sake of a child. And then for others of you, or even in the same breath, you may have a new family, right, where you feel like you have to protect and guide them. They feel wounded. Where you're not giving to on a financial level, where you're supposed to be giving emotionally, there's a woundedness. 10 of Pentacles with the wishing card, hoping for better results than you've had. Again, this has got to do with some kind of family thing here, Libra. You know, that's the lifetime of legacy. This is our 10 of Pentacles. It's everything that we could wish, you know, hope, want in the material world. But again, there's some of you may be, this is pretty specific this morning, guys. Some of you could be dealing with a father-in-law, a higher authority who may scrutinize every little move that's being made. You could just even have somebody, again, masculine energy in the background going, do you really want to do this? Again, there's some kind of poor advice that's coming in when it comes to your resources. They may be selling you a dream that is full of shit. And, you know, I said about not doing anything. There's that 4 of Swords. And there's the 10 of Wands. It's getting ready to release a burden, but you have to be the one to throw that down. He's still carrying those wands forward, right? It would be so much easier if he just dropped them and kept moving forward. But instead, we're going to continue to nurture problems, Queen of Cups, that don't have to be problems. So there's a mindset here, Libra, that needs to be let go of. And I think Mercury retrograde is kind of going to come in and do some cleanup to these opposing energies that are going on. What is this choices about for Libra? The Hermit, Virgo. Virgo season, I would say to you, is going to be a wake-up call for certain things about your partnerships. 2 of Cups, High Priestess. I don't think, well, let's see here. You may be finally seeking out the right advice, and I also heard the right counsel. This is you needing to trust your intuitive senses as well. What is this Hermit about? Ace of Pentacles. You may have to take from one thing and give to another. I would equate this to something like, you know, like you have a checkings and a savings account, right? You may be taking from your checking and putting money away into your savings. Like, it's still tied, I'm going to say it's still tied to you, but you have to put it elsewhere. I hope the way I'm explaining that is clicking or making sense for you guys. See, and there it is. There's that giving it away, right? The 6 of Pentacles. You have to give it to, it's giving something to a situation, whether it's time, energy, money, attention, affection, to something that has been left out in the cold in some way. Like you've got to nurture certain things, and I really, really do, Libra, feel like this is home and family related. So what is this conclusions about for Libra, August 2024? There's that 9 of Cups again. I feel like you've got a very set mindset on what this 9 of Cups looks like. And it's like, I think that in the beginnings of something, the Devil in the reverse. Your viewpoints are, I said, home, family, right? There it is. Four of Wands. Five of Pentacles, the Moon. Those are our fears, right? And the Devil is related to fears, anxieties, worries. That Devil in the reverse is saying you're going to start to let go of some of these fears and worries. Spirit is saying someone does want to work with you. They want to have success with you. But you also have to come out of that stubborn mindset. I do feel like you're going to have some small victories, 9-9 here, over the course of August. That's going to make you feel like there is cause for celebration. But the thing of it is, Libra, there's also something here around the money aspect for you that you're going to, whatever is going on financially, okay? You're going to, maybe you've overspent, maybe you owe money. It's like, in order to have some sort of happiness, there is a price that you have to pay. And it's like, how do I explain this? Think about it like when you walk around with debt and you finally make that last payment, like it's grueling, right? It's like, I'm so close to the end of this. And you make, maybe that last payment is $1,000. I don't know, whatever, just as an example. And, you're like, I really don't have it to do with, but I'm going to have to do this. And you do it. But there's the success in that is that the stress is gone, right? Like you can go home, be happy and go, I don't have to worry about this anymore. It's off my plate. Because I do think that whatever this is affecting more than just you. Or maybe someone else's choices are affecting you, right? It's like whatever this is, it does bring a sense of security for the purpose of experiencing rebuilding. So you're going to have to give up one thing in order to get another that pertains to your overall happiness. It's letting go of obsessive ways or overthinking things, because I do feel like it's kept you in a state of constant anxiety as a result of this, okay? So just be aware of that, Libra. All right. Spirit. And I do think someone is coming in to offer you something, and I'm going to tell you, it would be smart to take it. 2, Antikarana, crossing the rainbow bridge, resurrection, coming full circle. That's what I mean. This is going to complete something. This is going to close out a cycle and a chapter for you. Secrecy, isolation, observation, ritual magic. That's got a little bit of a dark connotation. I said what in the beginning about like resentments or holding on to something that is not for you. You may feel like you need to protect yourself. I'm also hearing like this with this other card, shush, like just don't even say anything. So I don't know what that's about. You could be asking somebody or somebody could be asking you not to say anything about something specific. Be careful. Oh, Libra, be careful of who you're working with. And as I say this, underneath, cosmic gateway, insecurities, connections with others, and refocusing. And that's really what this is. Again, pulling your energy out of the things that need to just close out and be done, and refocus, prioritize, like I said, on where you're going rather than where you've been and what's in the past. Libra, I'm going to tell you, be very mindful of people that how do I want to say this? There are certain people around you. I feel like your energy's cleared up a little bit from the last read. But there's still this dark pull. I don't know how else to put it. That chaos, the tower, twice there. The devil, thank God, in the reverse. And temple secrets. Even with the choice in the chariot, there is half of it is light, half of it is dark energy. For some of you, Libra, I feel like you're coming out of that darkness and into the light. It will always be about the choices in which you make of what direction you choose to go, whether it's you or any other sign. If you have had dealings with shady, shitty people in the past, they are still watching you. They are still trying to find a way to keep you involved. This is like you get in over your head with something and you're like, listen, I'm done with this. I just want out. You make that move. And they have a problem with that. They have a problem with you leaving this circle. Like something here has worn itself out. It's over. And yet, I don't know, Libra. It's like you're seeking peace finally, but there's still something from the past that's lingering. There's old bones. There's old skeletons in the closet. I've said it before. It's like, you know, shoving everything in the closet and just shutting the door so you don't have to look at it anymore. I don't think you're going to have to deal with this right now. For some of you, maybe. But when you have to go back and look at it, and I'm surprised it's not happening during Mercury retrograde. It might, I don't know, but I don't feel like it is. There's a sting to your happiness around this, whatever that means. To have to look at it means you have to touch the emotional aspects of disappointments, of things that you thought were meant for you, but they weren't, per Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. There's, Libra, this chapter's not, there's parts of this that are closing out, but there's another part of this that as you begin a new cycle, there's more work that's going to have to be done. I don't think now is the time for that. Divine timing, or we have to do things in a certain divine order to get the results that we need for the long term. But right now, this is making the decision as to what direction you're going to go, and if you're going to continue to deal with people who are lower vibrational. Be mindful. Be very mindful of that. And you've got 2 towers here, not 1 but 2. Those are significant disruptions to lots of things. Some of you could end up having vehicle trouble as well, just a heads up. Let's see here. You may even be dealing with somebody else who has to make a choice, and you're a part of that somehow as well. Shit. There's a lot of water energy here too, Libra. Somebody could experience a medical emergency. Be mindful of that. Picking that up on the Chariot, and then this hospital card popped up. I wasn't going to say anything at first, but then it confirmed it to me. And I forget what other sign had something similar to that as well. You also may be feeling like you have to abandon some of the work that you've put into things to protect yourself. There's a period of waiting here, Libra. What is this other tower about, Spirit? Again, that water energy. Somebody here is standing very much on their own, and they're seeking some sort of sanctuary, whether this is within via a priest, whatever this is. There could be a lot of stop and go kind of energy. The Eye of God is on a particular situation, but I'll say Eye of Horus is also protection. Libra, you've got something that I feel like is starting to build up with those towers here. Like I said, this may not be quite happening yet, but I think that Spirit is kind of putting you in a place to make good choices, to, I won't say avoid a tower, but to be able to handle towers in a more productive way that doesn't, where you can be in a state of flow with whatever's happening versus fighting it. I hope that's making sense for you guys. I really do. All right, any advice for, or again, I wanted to say Taurus, Libra. Any advice for Libra? You could very well be dealing with a Taurus. You've got Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn here as well. Could be any sign. It doesn't have to be any of those, really. Advice for Libra, please, Spirit. listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. And, you know, we talk about choices. Trust our inner voice of what we need to do. Step back from situations. Ask for help when you need it. You need to gain a different perspective on this. I do think you're starting to, though, Libra. I think you are kind of getting a grasp on some of this. The focus. I've seen this now like 3 times over. Choices and reassess. You're going to have to start coming at everything, even things that you resent and are disgusted with love. Because that's the one thing that's holding up your focus. If you are focused on the things that piss you off, anger you, frustrate you, how can you focus on making other things good? Like I said in the beginning, your time, energy, and effort is being put into things that are, I'm going to call it petty. Or you could be dealing, again, with somebody who's got their shit in you know, dealing with petty nonsense. That focus come out sideways. There's an influx in that focus. You need to decide which side of this you want to be on moving forward, because I think that's going to be indicative as to how these towers play out for you in the future. And I think November may be a specific time marker for you as well. So Libra, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this brought some kind of clarity. It was a little bit of a strange reading in some ways. Lots of little messages in that. Again, discern what belongs to you and what doesn't. And personal reads are, again, open and available, limited though, but we'll figure it out, right? So send me an email. Info is in the description box below in the About section of the page. Sending you all the very best. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye.